Could you ever get enough of the Minions? When a franchise is firing on all cylinders, it is often a no-brainer for production companies to give the green light to an entire series of films. I mean, look at the Toy Story franchise. Can you blame them? Well, Despicable Me is not much different, as now we have a fourth film coming soon. I mean, it could actually be classified as the sixth in the entire franchise, but who's truly counting? In today's video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know to prepare you for Despicable Me 4. So stay until the end of the video so you don't miss a detail, and let's get into it. So you may be asking, why a fourth movie? Are they just cash grabbing at this point? Yes, but wouldn't you? Debuting back in 2010 and created by Sergio Pablos, Despicable Me instantly took a worldwide audience by storm, with the initial response to the first movie declaring the birth of a fantastic animated series with heaps of potential. So when the sequel Despicable Me 2 came out and defied all box office expectations, fans and critics knew just how much of a powerhouse this new franchise was going to be. Gru, and in particular the Minions, were so engaging and funny that they almost transcended the film form and became their own cultural phenomenon, with the Minions themselves having already spawned 2 spin-off movies, the first of which, Minions, made over $1 billion at the box office. Numbers like that more than justify the confidence from production companies, with the 4th Despicable Me film and the 6th in the franchise being officially confirmed by Illumination's CEO back in 2017. And now you are probably figuring out that was 6 years ago. So where is it? Well, currently, considering the film is still in production, there's no trailer for Despicable Me 4. But to get you excited anyway, let's see what they have in store for us. So who will be our cast this time around? One of the many factors to the enormous success of the Despicable Me franchise has been its casting, with a long list of Hollywood legends already having applied their craft to the series. Unfortunately, we do not have a full cast list for Despicable Me 4, but that hasn't stopped some casting confirmations from coming our way. Of course, Steve Carell returns as arguably the most beloved movie villain of all time, Gru. Alongside him are the likes of Kristen Wiig as Gru's wife, Lucy Wilde, Miranda Cosgrove as their adopted daughter Margot, and Steve Coogan as Silas Ramsbottom. Nev and Dana are expected to return as their other 2 daughters, Agnes Gru and Edith, and despite not officially being confirmed, both Edith and Agnes have been heavily hinted towards, with Steve Carell himself mentioning the importance of Gru's kids to the upcoming movie. Of course, there has been some more wonderful performances in the series, and fans will be hoping that their favorite characters and actors will be returning, including the likes of Will Arnett as Mr. Perkins and Julie Andrews as Marlene Gru. But this is great and all, but what can we expect as fans? What would a 4th story look like? Topping the incredible narratives of the previous movies is certainly no mean feat, and one left in the wonderfully capable hands of writer Mike White. There is not yet an official plot synopsis for Despicable Me 4, but that hasn't stopped many from speculating what the upcoming sequel could be about. With the most recent movie in the franchise, Minions: The Rise of Gru, being a prequel, it doesn't really give any indication of what sort of narrative Despicable Me 4 will take.
Obviously, I got second pick.
However, Despicable Me 3, the most recent film in the series chronologically, ends with Gru's twin brother Drew, also voiced by Steve Carell, taking charge of the Minions whilst Gru and Lucy are back in the anti-villain league, suggesting these positions will provide the starting blocks for Despicable Me 4. It is fair to expect that some dastardly world-conquering scheme is being planned for a new supervillain, with Gru and the gang saving the day by any means necessary. We also got a new short coming called Mooned, which only makes me picture a bare bottom, but I'm sure that's just my childish mind, as it most likely is because of the big moon, obviously. This new short will catch us all up on what befell the first film's main villain, Vector, a fan favorite if I might add, and the minion left stranded on the moon with him at the end of Despicable Me. Jason Segel returns as the voice of Vector, and franchise director Pierre Coffin will provide vocalizations for the bumbling yellow blob. But in my eyes, it would be neat to see Vector return and have the franchise come full circle with him making a villainous comeback in the 4th movie. But that's just my hopes. So who is involved on the creative side of the 4th movie? Joining writer Mike Wright in the crew for the film are the likes of co-directors Chris Renaud, who helped on The Lorax, and Patrick Delange, who helped Sing 2. And Rachel Levy, who worked on Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, who heads up the music department, which this franchise is known for. Pierre Coffin and Cinco Paul all will receive executive producer credits. All sounds wonderful, but to get prepared for this new movie, you need to watch Despicable Me in chronological order. Literally, there's no way around it. You have to watch it this way. So here is the right way to get ready for the new movie. You start with Minions, and then you move on to Minions: The Rise of Gru, since those are both prequels to the first Despicable Me. Then you go into Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and of course Despicable Me 3. And most of these movies are available for rent or purchase on Amazon Prime, while Minions: The Rise of Gru is also available on Netflix. Perfect time for the holidays. Make sure you go grab them for whoever, yourself, and get to watching. But what are your thoughts about a fourth Despicable Me movie? Will you be watching it when it gets released? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for clicking on this video, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.